Well, time now to discuss how to enhance public service delivery at the county level. And of course, we all know that as a country, we have about 120 municipalities which are supposed to deliver services closer to the people. But the question is, are they doing this, and what are the challenges they are facing, and how can they be addressed? Joining us tonight is Wanyonyi Buteyo. He's the chairperson of the Kimilili Municipality and also the chair of Cities and Municipalities Forum here in Kenya. Thank you very much indeed, Wanyonyi, for joining us here.
Thank you, Brian, for having me.
How would you describe the state of municipalities here in Kenya?
Permit me, first of all, to, on behalf of the municipality leaderships in the country, convey our condolences following the loss of the father of devolution.
Very well.
We send our message, and I think it's just opportune that I do that again. Now, we have 120 municipalities chartered in the Republic of Kenya today. Ideally, the recreation of the Constitution.
Yes.
Article 184 of the new Constitution for Kenya anticipated that there will be 3 levels of government. So there's the national government, the county government, and then municipalities. Municipalities were supposed to have been defined by an act of parliament within 8 months after promulgation.
Yes.
This was done
in 2011.
2011 with the Urban Areas and Cities Act.
Yeah.
That establishes these municipalities. So to answer your question, devolution will be actualized if municipalities indeed serve their purpose. And the functions for the municipalities are captured in the charter, which is prototype. It gives the mandate, 19 functions that the municipalities are supposed to do. 19 functions. They are functions that indeed will make real the meaning of devolution. So these functions range from land use, land planning and all this, garbage and waste management, roads, supply of water and all this. So the functions are so compelling that if municipalities indeed function, then the effect of what is dreamed and contained in the dream for devolution will be actualized.
Why do we have 120 municipalities, and how many more can we accommodate?
There will be as many as the population allows, in the sense that the future is actually urban. So the urbanization and urban growth is the in thing. So every population will cause the agents to have a municipality. So for example, in Kiambu, we have 12 municipalities. 12. In Bungoma, for example, we have 2 as of now and 2 others on the way coming.
And Bungoma County is much bigger than in terms of
yes.
area
So
size.
the establishment of municipalities is premised on the population of the urban areas. So these towns, depending on the population, then they will warrant the establishment of a municipality.
So it's all dependent on the population of
the
that
population of the urban areas. That is how the municipalities are established.
How many municipalities do we have in Nakuru County?
We have 5.
5.
There is Nakuru City, which is a city on its own.
Yeah.
Then we have Molo, we have Gilgil, we have Naivasha, and I think another one. Yes.
How many more would you have in a place like Nakuru County?
There will be, as for example, in Kiambu, every constituency is a municipality.
In Kiambu?
Yes. It is more about the numbers, the numbers that will warrant the establishment of this.
So, why is it that then that, how many years? 14 years since the Act was passed, the Urban Areas and Cities Act. Why is it that we have 120 municipalities? Why don't we have more? Why don't we have 1,000, for example?
The bigger reason why I think it's a privilege for me to, on behalf of the municipalities, to appear on this program.
Yes.
There has been an issue of implementing the constitutional imperative. There's been an element of lack of information about the operations of municipalities. It is more about transfer functions. I'm sure you realize 15 years down the line, county governments still have a feeling that the devolved functions are not completely devolved.
And even the ones that are devolved, they have not been fully funded.
Yes. So the national government still has functions, part of the functions that are devolved retained there. So the county government also have functions meant to be executed by the county government, the municipalities, still retained. So the refining of the devolved system is what I think we're still working on. And we borrowed richly from the South African experience.
Yes.
The national government in South Africa is one level of government, provincial governments is the other, and then they have 243 municipalities.
Double our number.
Yes. So the idea is, if municipalities are allowed to work, then we expect innovative and enhanced service delivery done to the benefit of the citizenry. Because
so who wouldn't want this act to be implemented? Is it the county government or the national government?
I don't think there is any one person that will be held culpable for the reluctance to. For example, the national government is desirous to have devolution work. But the devolution experience is work in progress. The county governments, and we are appointed by the governors.
Yes.
Our delivery completely has a bearing in the delivery of service by the county governments. For example,
so even delivery of services at the municipal level is driven by the governor, who is the appointing authority.
Yes, you know, the municipalities are not standalone. They're a creation of that constitution, and they're appointed by the governor. So, for example, in the case of Kiambu, where there are 12 municipalities, revenue collection has shot from 800 million to about 5 billion. When the municipalities are allowed to get involved in revenue collection. So revenue collection as a function done with the support of municipalities is boosted. And so where in Mutwapa, for example, where functions have been allowed to be done by the municipalities, service delivery has been enhanced.
Mutwapa?
Yes.
That is in Mombasa County?
In Kilifi.
I mean in Kilifi County,
Yeah, if you go to Muranga, Muranga municipality is performing because many functions have been allowed to be carried out by the municipality. So the idea is there are issues that require to be done in terms of enhancing capacity.
And what are these issues?
Capacity in terms of the boards, and then the relationship between the boards and the political system led by MCS, for example. So the MCS in some areas feel like the municipalities are taking up what is supposed to be theirs.
Is that true?
It is not. So, for example, we come to you today from the Kenya School of Government, where the leadership of the caucus is meeting, and we are thinking in terms of how else do we make it understood that this is the role of the municipalities, and this is the role of the MCS, and this is the overall role of the county governments, so that the delivery of municipalities is a bonga point to the governors. Because the way to deliver at the municipality level is a secured role of the citizen participation through citizen fora. So we have to consultatively work with the residents through residents association in identifying what is priority.
Help us understand this. I mean, you said you're from which county?
From Bungoma.
From Bungoma County.
Yes.
Where you said you have two?
We have two municipalities, Bungoma and Kimilili, and there's one in Chwele coming up and one in Webuye coming up.
In an ideal situation, how many municipal councils would you be having in that county?
It is dependent on the urban population in the county.
Now, bearing in mind the population of Bungoma County.
Considering the numbers of Bungoma, we'll be having a municipality even within Tongaren, a municipality even within Bumula, a municipality within Sirisia, municipality within Mount Elgon, as it is in Kiambu, for example. So we have sufficient numbers to warrant the establishment of municipalities.
So is it that the governor does not understand these, the MCAs, or who should drive the idea of having, for example, more municipalities in Bungoma County?
The governor completely understands, and all we thank our governors. They mean it. But you know, creating a system and making it work requires some process in terms of capacity building in the leaderships where we are, for example.
We're talking about 14 years since this act was passed.
You know,
how many more times do we need?
It is not a switch-on process. For example, once a municipality is designated, the process of nominating those who to go to the board, it goes through rigors of identification, vetting, and then inauguration and the chartering thereof. So the municipalities, as the third tier of devolution, in fact, will spur growth and economic performance in terms of service delivery and innovativeness.
How thin do we ring fence the process or the roles of municipal councils? And number two, how do we make them effective? And yes, they may be under the political establishment of that county, but how do we make them more efficient?
This is the constitutional provision, and the understanding and the migration from what we have to what we ought to have is a process. For example, when you are talking about the new constitutional order, we have the national government, we have the county governments. Now, then we have the municipalities. The functions of the municipalities are supposed to be understood, and we regret, for example, maybe the caucus that we now lead has not come out as it ought to make people understand that service delivery in our municipalities is a function of the municipality boards. And the municipality boards, therefore, must be more proactive in terms of dealing with the functions. And the transfer of functions, including the on-source revenues, is a function that the county government has to let go. Once that happens, then we are, as leadership of municipalities, in the mode of thinking away from any donor support. Can we make them sustainable? So the sustainability component is what we're now dealing with. And I think the leadership of the Council of Governors that has allowed us to be in place really supports this. So the details are to be hammered, including through now the Institute of Devolution Studies at the Kenya School of Government, so that the roles are clear, so there's no interference from any quarter.
You see, when you look at our urban areas and cities act,
yes,
it heavily borrowed from the concept of South Africa,
yes,
whereby municipal boards are very strong,
yes,
but they are failing in service delivery because of corruption, mismanagement of funds, and many other inefficiencies. And then here comes the question. So how then do we avoid the pitfalls that municipalities are facing in South Africa here in Kenya?
We, for example, as a caucus, we've made a number of suggestions, and we have been privileged to interact with the Committee of Devolution in Senate. What we are now saying is that Urban Areas and Cities Act 2019 has to be amended. The amendment will be to create the Urban Development Fund.
Yep.
So that an urban development fund, akin to what you used to have as LATIV, be put into place. Remember,
urban development fund.
Yes.
To be administered by who?
Municipalities.
Municipalities.
So that the disbursement to municipalities is done by the exchequer. Remember,
not the counties.
We need to understand that there are functions that in fact should be carried out by municipalities. And we regret that the father of devolution passed on. Towards the tail end, in fact, in the devolution conference in Homa Bay, he did talk about it. There are functions, for example, Kura, the Kenya urban roads. Why should it be controlled from Nairobi when in fact we have the municipalities to do it? So once the urban development fund is established, then we are also thinking that the leadership of municipalities should be founded on ethical governance.
Ethical governance.
It's not about getting an opportunity to steer. It's about doing things right.
I like the fact that you're bringing in the issues of ethics.
Yes.
And currently, the boards that are supposed to manage these municipalities are appointed by the governor.
Yes.
Is that the right way to do it? Or should they be appointed by the Public Service PSC, public service?
So that we do not precipitate conflict and confusion. The governor gets elected on the promise of what he wants to do. So if you have a chairman of a municipality elected, he can have an agenda that is different. For example, in our functioning, we have to do what is correct in terms of the CIDP, the County Integrated Development Plan. We have to do what is correct in terms of Public Finance Management Act. We have to do what is correct in terms of the statement of intent of the governor, that manifesto. What did he want to do? So then we have, from the CIDP, we have MIDP. We have to zero down on what is planned for the county and how do we do it at the municipality level. So therefore, as it is, there is no problem in terms of our being appointed by the governors. What we are supposed to do is to implement what is agreed upon at the county level. So we mirror it at the municipality level. Yes.
I want you to respond to this question once we come back. How independent should municipality boards be? You'll be responding to that question when we come back. If you're just joining us, we're having a good conversation here with Wanyonyi Buteyo, the chairperson of Cities and Municipalities Forum here in Kenya. He's also the chair of the Kimilili Municipality in Bungoma County. And he's joining us tonight so that he can help us understand how do we make municipalities to be engines of socio-economic transformation here in Kenya. You're watching the Prime Edition. We're taking a short break. We are coming back with more conversations. Stay right here.
Tushinde.com. Cheza safe, cheza smart. Gambling is addictive, not for persons under the age of 18 years. Sasa kwa star 419 hash uko na game mpya. Tushinde spin corner. Simply spin. Kisha ngoja, na kwa entry moja unaweza angukia na uspin hadi mara 3 na ikigonga 25,000 na kufikia instantly. Cheza spin corner sasa hivi kwa star 419 hash option 4. Tushinde.com. Cheza safe, cheza smart. Gambling is addictive, not for persons under the age of 18 years.
Welcome back. Watching the Prime Edition live from our national headquarters here at Kenya Broadcasting Corporation. I mean, we're in the company of Wanyonyi Buteyo, the chairman of Kimilili Municipality and also the chair of the Cities and Municipality Forum here in Kenya. Before we went for the break, I had a question for you. How independent should municipal boards be from political interference and political manipulation by county leaders?
The charters that govern municipalities presumed that municipalities will be semi-autonomous.
It's presumed that?
Yes. So the aspect of autonomy is not absolute because we're appointed by the governors.
Yes.
So there's the agency relationship between the municipalities and the county government. The independence anticipated is that the functions that we're supposed to carry out, then we are actually supposed to, because we are appointed and we're answerable to the CEC and the governor. The CEC is the County Executive Committee.
Yes.
And the governor. So the independence will be in terms of running up at the municipal budget.
So the board reports to the CEC?
It reports to, actually we're appointed by the governor and we report to the CEC on the board, the County Executive Committee member, the minister at the county in charge of lands, physical planning, housing and municipalities sits on the committee. So we are essentially dealing with the county government through this one.
And then the CEC, of course, reports to the governor
and to the cabinet. So there are some, the independence is not absolute. Remember, I told you what the municipalities do. They do it in line with the CIDP.
That is the County Integrated Development Plan.
From the County Integrated Development Plan, we come up with the Municipal Integrated Plan.
Extrapolate.
Yes, and with that extrapolation then means we are not running away with our own things, but there are the functions that we have to do. If it is about land use and thereof, approval of plans, if you're talking about revenue collection, if you're talking about waste management, if you're talking about urban agriculture, there are all those things. Cemeteries, for example. You are talking about all these we are supposed to do. And in doing this, the boards work through committees. So the committee will meet. If it's the committee of finance, for example, they look at the issues finance and report to the full board. The full board will draw a resolution. It becomes the binding position of the board. If it's land use, they will still come up with all this. So that in terms of running our programs, we are independent to the extent that we have mandate to carry out.
Help us understand things. I mean, you see, when you look at the relationship between the three entities here, it's some sort of a bottom-up kind of a model whereby you have the municipalities reporting to the CEC in charge of urban planning and so forth, and then the CEC reports to the governor. So what happens in a situation whereby the relationship between the CEC and the governor is not good?
I do not think there's any constitutional anticipation of some rebellious CEC. The governor appoints the minister. It's unthinkable that the minister can pretend to run a government within a government.
Well, we've seen a situation in some counties whereby, CEC is appointed by governors, then they get into loggerheads with the governors, but they have the support of members of the county assembly. So even any attempt by the governor to fire the CEC is thwarted by MCAs.
I don't think I have any example of that. I know that the CECs can even impeach a minister.
Yeah.
I also know that the governor who appoints the minister cannot be held captive by the county assembly. The truth is that if the CECM is not doing what the governor wants, there's the room for cabinet reshuffle.
I want to give you a good example.
Yes.
What was happening in Meru County?
The Meru County example.
Before the governor was impeached.
The issue, the regrettable issue in Meru had many other factors, I suppose. But the ideal situation anticipated by the new constitution is that the president at the county is the governor. And you serve at the pleasure of the governor. So if the governor who is in charge has a minister who is defiant, the governor has the latitude to reshuffle or even sack. And so even for us, as the chairman of the municipality, I cannot become defiant to the extent of not taking instructions.
You can't run counterproductive.
You can't. I don't think the constitution anticipated a situation where there are going to be micro camps within the functioning of government. Government could be a big nothing, but it's seamless in terms of an orderly way of operating. So the municipalities created by this constitution are supposed to work the way we've said. We are appointed by the governor. We are independent to the extent that our functions can be done, but we are answerable to this.
Chair Wanyonyi.
Yes.
When you look at all the municipalities in Kenya, and you are the chair of the forum,
yes,
which municipality do you admire for its service delivery, the way it is managed, and its municipal integrated development plan?
We have, we are doing well. We commend, for example, Mutwapa
in Kilifi County.
It's among those that are carrying out the functions. We admire Migori, for example. We admire Kisumu City. We admire Muranga. We have classic examples where Muranga, in Kiambu, for example, there is evidence, and it is a normal abnormality, O'Brien, that will not have a very refined system.
Do you admire any municipality in my county of Kiambu?
Yes. The Secretary General of the caucus that we lead is the Honorable Tony Masharia. Is from
Limuru County?
Yes.
I mean, Limuru municipality.
And there's work going on. It is not 100%. That's why we're saying if we made the municipalities work, service delivery will be enhanced. And the devolution experience will be realized as anticipated by the Constitution.
Very well. Chairman, before I let you go, what is this one final thing that we need to know about the management and running of municipalities here in Kenya? And what do we need to do to make them more efficient and more effective?
What ought to be understood by everybody is that the municipality chairpersons are immensely qualified people with a minimum degree qualification and 10 years working experience to be there. The members sitting on the boards are men and women of great honor, having satisfied chapter 6 and 10 and gazetted and sworn in. So then finally, what ought to be understood is that we work through public participation. And we have functions. There are 19 functions. And it's our appeal that through on-source revenues, we have to start working towards sustainability. Let me tell you, we run the risk of being found when we're not ready, the way USAID was removed, and a few people had to die. We need a situation where municipalities work and there can be self-sustaining in operations.
Very good. Chair Wanyonyi, thank you very much indeed for joining us, and of course for enlightening us on the role of municipalities and what we need to do to empower municipalities and ensure that we make them the engines of socio-economic transformation in Kenya.
Thank you very much.
We'll continue talking.
Thank you.
Enjoy your evening.
Asante sana.
That is Wanyonyi Buteyo, the chairman of the Cities and Municipalities Forum, Kenya, joining us tonight.